There's been kind of this dead space between really cheap treadmills and a typical residential treadmill for a while. The Wellfit TM029 slots into that space, combining a compact design with more durable performance features. What's up? This is Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Kaylee, and the treadmill I'm talking about today is the Wellfit TM029. It's small but mighty. I'll cover everything from the build of this treadmill to what kind of workouts you can do on it to how it performed during our testing procedures. This is the first Wellfit treadmill I've tested, and if you're new to the brand too, I want to make sure that you get the full picture of what you get with the TM029. But before we get started, I want to disclose that we are affiliates with Wellfit. They sent us this treadmill to review, and if you decide to purchase it using our link, we earn a commission. It won't increase the cost of the treadmill for you though. This just helps support our channel so we can keep testing cool products like this one. So let's get into the frame first. It's an alloy steel frame and it comes mostly assembled. I put the rest of it together on my own, and that was totally doable. It took me about an hour, and I do tend to take a little longer because I'm really inspecting the treadmill as I go. I was super surprised by this treadmill's weight capacity rating of 500 pounds. Now, I've talked with Wellfit, and that's reflective of what the treadmill can handle for walking. For running, this treadmill is more compact, so it's going to be best for individuals under 250 to 300 pounds or so. Now, the frame is not a folding frame really. You can take the treadmill apart a bit to fold it up, but it requires tools to do so, so it's not a treadmill you'll store daily. That said, it's super easy to move around. It weighs only 120 pounds, but lifting it is more like lifting, say, 40 pounds, because it has wheels you can roll it on. It shouldn't be too hard to find a spot for this treadmill, as it's just 63 inches long, 27.6 inches wide, and 50 inches tall. So another cool feature is the more powerful motor that the TM029 has. Their rating is 4.5 horsepower. Now, I looked at the motor and its size, and I can't confirm if it's 4.5 horsepower. Horsepower also doesn't tell the full story of any motor, so just keep that in mind. I think a better picture of what this motor can handle is Wellfit's recommendation in the user manual to only use this treadmill for a maximum of 2 hours in one go. The motor needs to be shut off completely for at least 10 minutes after that before it can run again without risking the motor burning out too soon. Since this treadmill can go up to 10 miles per hour, it's safe to say that it's appropriate for running, and you should be able to get a long run in if you want to. Compared to other treadmills we've tested, the speed and incline on the TM029 adjust more slowly and smoothly. This design is great if you're worried about maintaining your balance or going too fast. It feels safer and sturdier this way, even if it's not as ideal for very short interval workouts like HIIT workouts. Then for the noise level, Wellfit states the noise level is 45 decibels when running. That's pretty accurate for the minimum speed. When I measured it at 3 miles per hour, it went up to 51 decibels, and 10 miles per hour, it was 65.6 decibels. All of those values are without anyone using the treadmill though. So back to whether or not you can and should run on this treadmill. I measured the belt to be 19 inches wide and 53 inches long. That's not too far off the 20 to 22 inch width by 60 inches long that we normally see on a running treadmill, but it may feel a little too compact for runners who have longer strides. If you're running at a slower pace, you'll probably be fine. I prefer to stick to 8 miles per hour or slower on this treadmill personally. That's just a trade-off you have to make when you want a compact treadmill like this one. Now, the thickness of the deck is about 3/4 of an inch, and that's the exact same thickness that we see on Nordic Track, Soul, and Horizon treadmills. A lot of more affordable treadmills are about 1/2 an inch thick, so it's nice to see the TM029 compete with more expensive brands. And then if we take a look at the warranty, it's 3 years on the frame and 180 days on all the other parts. The TM029 is around $800 at the time of filming, and for comparison, a treadmill that's $500 or less typically has a 1-year warranty. A treadmill that's over $1,000 typically has a 10-year frame warranty and then 1 to 2 years on everything else. As a treadmill reviewer, the TM029 was a breath of fresh air when it comes to content options. I get a little bogged down by treadmills that have no preset programs available, and more often than not, they cost twice as much as the TM029. There are 12 preset programs on this treadmill, and of course, you can train in just manual mode too. The incline and speed will automatically adjust when you're in a preset program. Now, if you want something a little more for your training, the TM029 also has Bluetooth. You can pair it with the Wellfit Fitness app. This app has a 3D immersive experience, which I was not able to try as I do not have a VR headset, but the outdoor classes are cool and have kind of a 3D effect even when you're just viewing them on your phone or tablet. The Wellfit app, at its most basic level, connects to the TM029 and tracks your workouts so you can see how you're doing week after week. As far as content goes, it also has smart runs, which are structured workouts, target runs, which you can set a specific distance, duration, or calorie goal, real scenery runs, those outdoor runs that I mentioned, and a custom scheme. This is where you can set up your own interval workouts. There are also challenges to complete and trainer-led video classes to watch. It's a lot of content and it's all free. You can also pair the treadmill to apps like Peloton, Zwift, and KinoMap, but you may need your own subscription for them. So let's look at the console and all the metrics you get. I like the colorful display. It's simple but nice to look at. You can see your time, distance, calories burned, speed, incline level, and even your step count. A lot of fitness treadmills don't show the step count, so that's a nice feature to have. Then for buttons, there are 7 function buttons, including program, speed up and down, incline up and down, pause, and stop/start. The console will also show your heart rate if you use the heart rate monitor pulse grips on the handles. There are Bluetooth speakers on the console. You can pair your phone to listen to audio out loud. They're rear-facing speakers, and the audio isn't as clear as some more expensive treadmills have, but the volume level is still nice, and I enjoyed listening to music while I'm training. For storage, you can attach one of the sticky rubber pads that come with the treadmill to keep your device right in place on the console. These are reusable, so if you get dust or pet hair stuck to them, you can just rinse them off and stick them back on the treadmill. There are also 2 cup holders on the console, so you have a decent amount of storage. Overall, I think the TM029 has a nice set of features for its size and price point. There's a lot you can do and a lot of training features to enjoy. All right, now let's check out the Wellfit Fitness app. Here we have the home page where you can see your progress towards today's goals. I haven't done anything yet, so no progress there yet. But we do have some of the past workouts that I've done lower down, and then you can see some health and fitness metrics there too. But if we go over to the workouts tab, that's where all the interesting stuff lives. We've got free run, smart run, target run, real scenery run, and custom scheme. You can also change from running to cycling to rowing here at the top if you have different Wellfit equipment. Let's go into free run to see what that looks like. So here we've got some cool graphics. You can actually change this to whatever you'd like. You can also control your incline and speed settings here, and the treadmill will automatically adjust. Again, you can choose different backgrounds. We'll go out of that workout so we can take a look at Smart Run. So here we have 3 different categories. We've got Novice Zone, Slim and Sculpt, and Rapid Fat Burn. And then we've got a rating along the side to show you how difficult it is and a little bit of an overview of each workout. Then Target Run. You can select a distance, duration, and calorie target, and then use the little slider to specify what you want your goal to be. Real Scenery Run is next, and this is probably the most exciting one in my opinion, because you have these different workout videos from Indonesia, Malaysia, and Australia. Let's take a look and see what one of these looks like. So you've got these 3D virtual locations here, so as you progress through the workout, the video will progress to show you the route. And it's recording your speed, time, calories, and distance there at the bottom. And then you also have a tracker off to the right side of where your progress is in the workout. And then custom scheme, that's where you can go to create your own workout. So you can set up your own time, speed, and incline settings here for interval training. And then we also have exciting challenges here, so we'll take a look at those. So So here's an example where you can see the overview of how difficult the challenge is, what it involves, and then also how other Wellfit members are participating. All sorts of different challenges to choose from and feel like you're a part of the Wellfit community. Then last down here, we have recommended courses. So these are going to be like trainer-led video workouts. And then again, you get a little bit of an overview here of what the workout entails. Then our final tab is just your profile, where you can adjust your settings, create your profile picture. But the best part about this app is that it's free. You do not have to pay to use any of the features on the Wellfit Fitness app. It connects right to your treadmill and can upgrade your workouts. All right, so now I'm gonna train a little bit on the TM029 so you can see and hear how it performs. Since this is a smaller treadmill and I'm going to be doing some running, I am gonna make sure that I'm using that safety key just in case. Let's get it started. So the starting speed is 1 mile per hour. Let's take it up to go a little bit faster. And you might be able to hear that the treadmill beeps as I adjust the speed, and it will do the same when I adjust the incline. You can't turn that feature off, so just keep that in mind. So right now I'm going 3 miles per hour. The motor sounds fairly quiet. There's not too much foot noise. I don't see too much shaking in the console either, which is great. Now let's speed it up and go a little bit faster. Like I said, I feel most comfortable on this treadmill at a speed below 8 miles per hour. So I'm just gonna go to 7 miles per hour. And there is a little bit more shaking in the console when I'm running, but it's not bad. And you do have those sticky pads that keep your device in place if you stick them on the treadmill. The cushioning is a little bit on the firmer side, but definitely softer than running out on the road. All right, I'm gonna bring it back down so I can show you that incline. Here we go. So there are 10 incline levels on this treadmill, and I measured the top incline to be just under 11%. So it is a little bit slower to adjust the incline, but it feels super stable, which is something I really appreciate. So I am happy with that trade-off. And overall, I'm pretty impressed with this small treadmill. I am 5'4", just so you have a reference for the height of this console. And I feel like the height is pretty good for me. All right, thank you so much for coming along on this exploration of the TM029 with me. So that wraps up our Wellfit TM029 treadmill review. It was so much fun reviewing this treadmill. It's definitely in between some of the cheaper models we review and more expensive ones like Nordic Track and Soul, so you get a nice blend of features at a good price point. More than anything though, I'm interested to hear what you think. Leave me a comment with your thoughts and any questions you have. You can also check out my written review where I go into a little more detail on some things, and we also have pictures and whatnot. And finally, if you've decided you want this treadmill, be sure to check out the link in the description, or give this video a like and subscribe to our channel to let us know you want to see more content like this. This is Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Kaylee. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.